Greetings, Doc here. Now before you watch this vid, I just want to give a little context. I'm still working on my next video, which will be one of my longest ever, so I wanted to have a video up for you guys in the meantime. So what you're about to see is one of Goulash's lost Simpsons Treehouse of Horror videos from October 2022. Due to a scheduling crunch, the number of Treehouse of Horror videos last year had to be halved, and this video and its follow-up had to be shelved, despite both being fully recorded. In fact, all of the Ghoulash channel's videos so far this year are actually videos that were written last year and had to be shelved due to schedule difficulties. To give an even better perspective of how fucked up 2022 was, many of this year's videos were actually videos shelved from 2022. The scripts were either fully written and just needed to be recorded and edited, or the vids were fully recorded and only needed to be edited. Yeah, 2022 sucked. The reason why there were no Ghoulash channel videos at all last year is because we couldn't fit them in with the other stuff in the works here. But we're almost caught up on the remaining shelved videos and will be wide open to take on whatever vids we want going forward. But enough gabbing. Take it away, Ghoulash, from 2022. Oh, hey, Ghoulash here, reviewing another Simpsons Halloween special, Treehouse of Horror 7. First aired as the premiere of Season 8 on October 27th, 1996. This episode further cements the trend of Treehouse of Horror episodes no longer having a framing device. The intro is just Homer setting himself on fire while lighting a jack-o'-lantern. The couch gag is the Simpsons family beaten to the couch by Death, who just does his thing.
Hey, do you think it's safe? I don't care, I can't breathe in here.
The first segment of the episode, The Thing and I, is the highlight of the episode and the only segment that's really purely horror-themed. The rest are more on the sci-fi side. The Thing and I bears more than a passing resemblance to the plot of Basket Case, but supposedly this was a coincidence and the segment isn't parroting anything specifically. Essentially though, the Simpsons kids start to notice strange sounds coming from the attic and their parents are more than a little evasive about what's up there.
Seriously though, don't ever go up there.
And what the weekly bucket of fish heads are for, so the kids decide to pull a Nancy Drew and investigate, unknowingly releasing a monstrous creature. The best part of the segment is Dr. Hibbert himself, who just suddenly appears in the Simpsons house to deliver exposition. Revealing that Hugo was Bart's long-lost Siamese twin. Hugo was violent and pure evil, but easily separated from Bart and was banished to the attic, but now he has escaped.
We'll search out every place a sick, twisted, solitary misfit might run to.
I'll start with Radio Shack.
The Thing and I is the best segment of the episode, with some funny gags and lines, but it only has 7 minutes to tell a story.
Too crazy for Boys Town. Too much of a boy for Crazy Town. The child was an outcast.
And its story is front-loaded with exposition and build-up before it gets to the good stuff with Hugo, who has become insane in the years since his birth, fixated on being reunited with his twin by any means necessary.
But you'll kill both of us.
No, it's easy. Look, I've been practicing.
But this conflict is very quickly resolved with one of the show's best sight gags ever.
Why, you've probably never even seen your own face in the mirror, have you? Here.
Bart ultimately is revealed to have been the actual evil twin the whole time due to a mix-up, with the family cruelly forcing Bart to take Hugo's place in the attic. It brings up a lot of interesting ideas regarding nature versus nurture. Evil was seemingly in Bart's nature, but Hugo, the good twin, became insane anyway due to neglect and isolation.
The evil twin is, and always has been, Bart.
Anyway though, The Thing and I is a solid segment with some funny moments and a decent horror atmosphere, but it doesn't have a whole lot of time to go further with its premise. I give The Thing and I 4 treehouses out of 5.
Mom, Hugo's eating his napkin.
The middle segment is the Genesis Tub, a parody of a classic Twilight Zone episode called The Little People.
Simpsons did it! Simpsons did it! Don't have a cow, man!
Lisa has a science fair project demonstrating the effects of tooth decay by soda when Bart shocks her with static electricity, which she passes on like some kind of modern Prometheus to her tooth surrounded by sugary swill, which produces a world populated by tiny humans who evolve as a society at a rapid pace.
I've created life. Lisa, breakfast! We're having waffles!
Ooh, waffles.
It's fun to see The Simpsons tackle this classic idea, but as the shortest segment of the episode, clocking in at 5 minutes, you can tell that this segment is just some entertaining filler. It plays out how you'd expect. Bart antagonizes Lisa by wrecking her tiny city.
Oops, my finger slipped.
And the tiny world takes their revenge out on him. Probably the most interesting aspect of this episode is the rocket sequence. It was plotted out with 3D animation of the ships that the 2D animators traced over later, so it's this really slick-looking, dynamic action sequence in a show that doesn't usually have anything of the kind. It would have been cool to see these attacks against Bart progress even further and get more scary, but this is a filler segment, so it reaches a quick, unsatisfying conclusion where Lisa is trapped within her tiny universe, and Bart takes the credit for her creation at the science fair.
You looked down on us from heaven. You gave us life.
Lisa could have used her futuristic society to take out some kind of revenge, but no, the segment just ends. The Genesis tub is okay filler, but it was an early bad sign for the show's Treehouse of Horror episodes. Previous episodes never felt like they had any filler. Each segment had equal time to develop and felt like they'd reached the potential of their premise, but Genesis tub is just a 5-minute, quick and dirty segment that just feels like it needs to bridge the gap between the meatier segments of the episode. I give the Genesis tub 2 tree houses out of 5.
Holiest of gods with the wrathfulness and the vengeance and the blood rain and the hey, it hurts me.
The final segment of the 7th Simpsons Halloween special, Citizen Kang, is a very funny segment, but simultaneously it marks a turning point for the Treehouse of Horror episodes, and The Simpsons itself, signaling the decline ahead of the series.
As Overlord, all will kneel trembling before me and obey my brutal commands.
That's Slick Willie for you, always with the smooth talk.
Citizen Kang is essentially an alien invasion story where Kang and Kodos, the mascots of Treehouse of Horror, are given the spotlight once again, and they reveal an intention to take over the Earth, dethroning its leader. But making matters more difficult is the 1996 election between Bill Clinton and Bob Dole.
An election? That complicates matters.
So Kang and Kodos opt to infiltrate this election by replacing the 2 candidates.
What's happening? Is it noon already?
Citizen Kane is a funny piece of political satire, with the aliens managing to still appeal to voters despite their eerie, monotonous threats.
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
Making whatever promises they need to make to earn votes, with no intention to keep said promises.
Abortions for some, miniature American flags for others.
It's a fun mockery of US politics and the flawed 2-party system, but this segment set a dangerous precedent for The Simpsons. In the earlier seasons of The Simpsons, they made sure to avoid directly referencing current events and dating the show by placing it in a specific time period, like by referencing specific elections, and they'd rarely even reference the current president of the time, which made the early seasons of The Simpsons feel timeless. When the show got overt with its political satire, it still wouldn't be direct. It used Springfield as the framework for its commentary, or they'd just bring on a former president. Citizen Kane, though, is very direct in making references to the politics of 1996, so it really feels dated, like a time capsule, a very funny, absurdist time capsule with some hilarious political satire.
We are merely exchanging long protein strings. If you can think of a simpler way, I'd like to hear it.
But still, this segment opened the door to The Simpsons making more questionable choices down the line, like the questionable choice you make when you have to vote, knowing that your vote really doesn't matter, and no matter what, you're screwed.
Doomed!
Citizen Kang is a funny, absurdist satire of American politics. Seeing Homer accidentally kill Clinton and Dole by sucking them nude into the vacuum of space is one of the funniest moments in the whole series.
Oh no. What have I done?
Especially knowing this was aired just a few days before the election. But, you know, I just can't help but feel like it was a stepping stone towards one of my favorite shows ever, doing wackier, gimmickier plots referencing current events, and it just feels like a weird, dated segment for a Treehouse of Horror episode. It's more about the political humor than the Halloween vibe, and it's by far the longest segment in the episode.
Well, I believe I'll vote for a third-party candidate.
Go ahead. Throw your vote away!
I give Citizen Kang 3 tree houses out of 5.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Go!
Treehouse of Horror 7 is where the wheels are starting to fall off for The Simpsons' Halloween specials. Season 8 of The Simpsons was filled with classic episodes, but I get the sense that you can see the decline of the series signaled early in the Halloween episodes. Not that Treehouse of Horror 7 is a bad Halloween special, it's just very weak compared to previous Halloween episodes of The Simpsons. People misinterpret the decline of The Simpsons, though, as implying that the show very suddenly became bad, but it didn't. The show gradually declined. Even when the show was getting worse, it was still good and funny for a while. It was just getting less and less good and funny as the years went on, and I think Treehouse of Horror 7 is a good representation of the beginning of the decline. I give Treehouse of Horror 7 overall 3 tree houses out of 5. Anyway, that's it for me, Ghoulash. See you all next time. You fucking weirdos. Hope you enjoyed that lost video from our old zombified pal Ghoulash. Just want to remind you folks again that Ghoulash has his own channel now, The Gulag, where his movie reviews will call home from now on. He's almost finished with the Addams Family franchise, and there's a new video on the way soon. Catch up on Goulash's videos at youtube.com/thegulag. Link in the description or just click the card. If you liked this video, like it, and if you loved it, click the subscribe and bell buttons for more vids. I'd also like to thank these fine folks pledged my shout-out tier on Patreon for all their kind support. Videos like this wouldn't be possible without all their help. Thank you for watching, see you next time. Dr. Wolfula signing out.